Hello and welcome to Coffee with the Angels. I'm Katie Kiefer, your host, and today is February 8th, 2018, and it's a Thursday. So today the angels were talking about collective consciousness and isolation. So hopefully if you've been feeling isolated or feeling really adverse to entering into collective arenas. So, I mean, even just going to the movies or going out and doing something that puts you in a crowd, a collective crowd. Hopefully, this will be helpful for you. So, the angels say, many of you are feeling isolated and lonely. You isolate yourself. In many ways, this is proving helpful short term. You isolate yourself for self-reflection, inner work, and a need for quiet. You also isolate yourself to avoid collective that doesn't feel good. You know behavior is contagious, and so you are very selective of collective situations you join. You value integrity, self-awareness, and alignment. Isolation keeps you at a distance from those who practice and behave opposite what they claim. It is clear to you the unconsciousness of it, and yet you have no patience for it, and that is fine. When your words and teachings fall on deaf ears, you have every right to extract yourself from the association. No two of you are on the same path. The journeys are reminiscent of one another, yet different clearly. Pardon me. Observing oneself and others without judgment is important to learn. Gaining the ability to speak truth without judgment is one of the grandest lessons to learn. The collective unconscious has yet to recognize or honor truth and observation without judgment. You are pioneers in this field. We know it frustrates you that sharing observations truthfully is so often mistaken as judgment. Take heart, for you are doing well. You are learning discernment of who you can speak to and who you cannot. Your desire and mission to be helpful is honorable, and you, too, are but a child in this way. You all are. As many of you take the journey of maturing, the gap becomes a stark reality for a while. Keep going. Keep moving forward. Keep growing, maturing as a human. You are planting the seeds in the collective. There are many of you doing so. You are spread out all over the world to help the collective more efficiently. You are doing well extracting yourself from the collective enough to make your own choices and changes, free from the trap of collective unconscious. You are realizing that the collective is still that, unconscious. This is why behavior, most notably bad behavior, is so contagious. Mob mentality still spreads much faster when emotions are heightened towards anger and hostility. When calm and peacefulness spread as deeply and quickly, you'll know the collective has matured greatly. It is confirmation. Be aware, it is happening. Look for it, honor it. Extract yourself from your own self-imposed isolation, even if momentarily, to join collective consciously and honor the strides towards a better humanity. We use these words bad, better, without judgment. It is what you best understand at the moment and is useful for description. As you evolve and mature in the collective unconscious, aligning with and becoming conscious, your vocabulary will change. Many of you are striving for words that do not exist in your realm yet. Know that they are coming. Rejoice in the progress you are making and in the foresight you have. Much may remain indescribable for a while. Trust your vision, sight, knowing. Allow yourself isolation as needed, yet do not allow yourself loneliness for long. The collective is waking and learning. And that's what the angels had to say for today. So, what this feels like very much for me, and what I'm hearing, is there's nothing wrong with isolating yourself. We do that for many reasons. One of them is to be out of the situations where we could end up caught up in something we would rather not be part of. And that's not that we ourselves will engage in that behavior, but our association will, the association, it's like, you just don't want to have any part of it. And that's okay. So be very selective. I mean, and by all means, if there's somebody coming to a town near you or your town, and you got this big concert coming that you want to go see, by all means, step forward into that, unless they're like the riot kind of type. Then you might want to think twice. But pay attention to what you are drawn to, what you are adverse to, and venture into the collective. Okay, so here's what it was coming through a little bit earlier as I was reading too. In today's message, in today's reading, it's really been much more about situational collective and the greater collective, because no matter what we do still have association with and connection to the collective, conscious, unconscious, both, and all of it. That tie is there. That connection is there. What we've done is that we have removed ourselves enough to say, this feels good, that feels bad. So let's change this so that we within ourselves can make a different decision. We can make a different choice and take a different action. We still have that connection with the collective. It's part of the all that is. We are part of the all that is. The collective is part of the all that is. Yet, even as souls and as humans especially, there is a differentiation that we have. We still have that connection, and it's the both and. We are both connected and individual at the same time. We have both. And so this individuation that we have is really helpful, because there are so many people on the planet who are looking to make change. There are many, many, many people who would love for the wars to stop, who would love to see the earth being taken care of better, for more renewable resources. And much of this, you can see it, especially in this digital age, how fast those concepts are spreading. You can also see that there is an intellectual understanding of it, but not a visceral understanding of it. And when it comes in, and you've got both the collective, well, that too, but when you have the intellectual and that visceral sensation of something, then you really, really get it. There's that knowing that goes with that. You can have an intellectual knowing. The intellectual knowing is more challenging to put action into. The visceral knowing The action is natural and normal, and there is no other way. So, there's a lot that goes in with this. And it's a complex thing, and it's okay. It's okay if it takes you some time. It's okay if there's some things that resonate with you and others don't. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. You file it away for another day when maybe you will have more understanding, or maybe it's just unneeded, and that's fine. So as I look down here, there's another thing. It is clear to you the unconsciousness of it, yet you have no patience for it. Speaking of those who speak one thing, do another, and it's really clear that they have no clue. They are really unconscious of the disconnect between their words and their actions and behavior. And that you have no patience for it. And that's fine. They say, and that is fine. And it really is. At the same time, it is still important to be kind and to recognize and honor where they are. And that can actually be challenging, especially if it's people close to you. So just be really aware of that. And when you feel yourself getting frustrated, tune into your heart space, connect in with the all that is, ask for the highest truth, perspective, and understanding, and for yours to be the same. And ask for guidance on what you need to do, if anything, because you may not need to do anything. What can you do that would be helpful for them and for you? Look to your intuition and your own divine team for guidance, and you'll get it. You will get it. And so this seems to be kind of a slow process, but we know that it's not, because we can feel how fast things are moving. I know that many of you watching this, or watching this because you won't be reading this is video only, you know how fast things really are moving. And so in the length of evolution, this is really fast, and that's why it feels so fast, because we're as a species, we are so used to things going slowly, and that's not the case this time. So just know that progress is being made, and it's okay for you to come in and join the collective and come back out into a bit more of an isolated state for yourself. Just do so in a way that's really in alignment with who you really are, and that serves your greater purpose and your greater well-being. And also that it's safe for you and for any others involved. So know that you can do this. Follow your intuition and your guidance. Tune in to your heart space whenever you have questions. You can also reach out to others, because sometimes we run into walls when we look into ourselves. And there are lots of people who say, well, the answers all lie within. And that's true. They do. When you are working, when there's this conflict between the subconscious thinking, oh, well, this is, if she knows this, it's going to hurt her, so we got to keep her safe. And it's something you need to know so you can move forward. That's kind of a conflict, and it's very difficult to see. So there are times that it is appropriate to reach out and ask others for help. So, and that in itself can be part of going out into the collective, depending on how you do it. So just do what feels good to you, do what feels right to you. And I hope you have found some benefit in today's Coffee with the Angels. You can check out more at coffeewiththeangels.com. So I hope you have a fantastic day. It's nice and sunny and beautiful here in North Carolina. And I hope you have lots of sunshine and beauty in front of you today and or evening. Of course, not sunshine for the evening, yet I begin to ramble. So anyway, I thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day, evening, night, morning, whatever time of the day it is for you around the world. All right. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.